lot of the record showcases your skills in the studio, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how much of a perfectionist you are with the sonic textures and the layering and everything that you do in the studio. I've had the pleasure of seeing you work a few times, and you're a master of this process. It's like a monk-like kind of process for you. Late at night, you're layering beats and samples. Is this something that has just been something you picked up on and learned over time and experience? I know that also live you're able to test things out, but you're so in tune with sonic range and the differences between elements, and it really comes out live because you're obviously working a massive sound system. But take us into that world a little bit of you and how you compose your music as Junkie XL.
Well, I remember that I got really into details like I think when I was 18, 19, I was listening to a lot of records produced by Trevor Horn, and for me Trevor Horn is definitely one of the main examples as a producer. He could be so nitpicky on the tiniest little things. If you listen to the old Art of Noise records and the productions that he did with Grace Jones, for instance, it's totally insane. He could spend hours on a little sound that just happened once on the left, coming out of the left speaker, right. And I really picked up on that and tried to use that in my own music. And in the beginning, I overdid it completely. When I was like, 16, 17 years old, my first bands and the first productions and remixes that I did. And it takes a long time to get really good in layering sound and adding more and more and more to the mix without creating the feeling that it's completely swamped in sounds and stuff like that. You make choices. What is the obvious sound or the obvious important thing in a song that people should listen to, or what they should catch up to, and then when they listen to it like 10 or 15, 20 times, and that's already almost being arrogant that you think that people will listen to it that much. But if they do, they start discovering new elements to the music, which hopefully creates a vibe that's more interesting for people to listen to it again. By purely by the fact that if I listen to that stuff, I start discovering new stuff. But the process of making a song in the studio is completely different for every song that I work on. Sometimes it's very beat driven, and that's how I start. Sometimes, like I just explained, with Not Enough, I just played around on the piano. Sometimes the bass guitar is important, or the guitar. And then I slap together songs pretty roughly, like really quickly. And then after that, I go into the nitpicking area where I try to take all kinds of different roads to change the track. I'll go left, I'll go right, I'll go straight, I'll turn around and go back a couple of streets and then drive the same stretch again. And then eventually there's a time period where I have all these versions and I have all these different sound treatments, and then I play out the song live. I change around my hat technically and saying like, okay, now I'm just a producer that's going to make choices. And then I listen to everything I have, and then I make a choice, and that's going to be it. And then I finish it off, and then I spend another good amount of time mixing it, making sure it sounds really good, and then it's done.